Hey guys, it's Saga from TechWorks. The Moto G5S Plus and the Xiaomi Mi A1 have created quite a buzz since they came out. And because they pack in similar specs and are priced very close to each other, a lot of people are confused that which one would be right for them. This is actually the most asked question from you guys on the camera comparison video between these devices, which I posted a few days back. When you look at these phones individually, both are excellent options and provide very good value for the money that you guys pay for them. But if you start comparing them, things can get really confusing. With this video, I hope to make that decision a bit easier for you guys. We will look at the similarities and differences between these smartphones. That way, you can see which phone is offering you all or most of the things that you are looking for at this price range. But before we get to that, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the amazing videos coming up on this channel. Let us start with the most obvious point here: price. Mi A1 comes at 15,000 rupees, while the Moto G5S Plus comes at 16,000 rupees. So there is a 1,000 rupees difference between the price of both these devices. If price is the most important factor for you, Mi A1 is the one to get. At this price, you get very well built phones with all metal back and very refined design. A1 has a thinner body and a simpler design of the two. But design is subjective, and which one you like depends on your preferences. While holding both the phones together, I like how the Moto feels in my hand. There are subtle chamfered edges at the back of the G5S Plus, and it helps me grip the phone better. Both these phones have hybrid SIM slots, which means you can either use 2 nano SIM cards or 1 nano SIM card and a micro SD card at a time. You get VoLTE support on both, so GeoSIM will work just fine with either of these. Both also support adaptive storage, so if you have a fast SD card, you can use it as internal storage. At the front, both of them come with a 5.5-inch Full HD IPS display covered by Gorilla Glass 3. Just like the displays, most of the other internal specifications are also similar on both these phones. Both are powered by the trusted Snapdragon 625 processor, Adreno 506 GPU, comes with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of built-in storage. You also have the option to expand the memory via micro SD card on both. The overall day-to-day performance on both these phones is similar and smooth. They feel very fast, RAM management is good, and they have no problems running high-end games without any hiccups. G5S Plus has a 3000 mAh non-removable battery, and it comes bundled with a turbocharger. A1 has a slightly bigger 3080 mAh non-removable battery, but it does not support fast charging. The battery on the Mi A1 lasts a little longer than the Moto G5S Plus, but when it comes to charging, G5S Plus charges well over half an hour faster than the A1. Now that we have seen the similarities, let us take a look at the differences between these devices. Mi A1 has an IR blaster at the top, so if you want, you can use it as a remote control for your appliances. It also has a compass sensor. You don't get the IR blaster or a compass sensor on the Moto G5S Plus, but it has NFC and FM radio, both of which the A1 lacks. There are single downward firing mono speakers on both the phones, but the one on the A1 is not only a bit louder, it also produces better sound with more depth in it. You also get slightly better output from the 3.5mm headphone jack of the Mi A1 compared to that of the Moto G5S Plus. I used ATH M50X headphones with both these phones, and the A1 gave better quality sound output. I am not saying that the sound from the G5S Plus is not good. I am just saying that the sound from the A1 is a bit better. You get a micro USB port for charging and data transfer on the G5S Plus, whereas the A1 has a USB Type-C port. Personally, I think Moto should have gone the USB-C way as well. Fingerprint sensor on the A1 is placed at the back, and the one on the Moto is at the front below the display. Both of these are very accurate, but the one on the Moto is slightly faster to unlock the phone. You can swipe down on the fingerprint sensor of the A1 and it brings down the quick settings panel. One on the Moto has a few more tricks. It works as a one-button navigation. Instead of using on-screen navigation buttons, you can just swipe left or right on the fingerprint sensor to go back or to get to the recent apps. You can also just hold the fingerprint sensor for a couple of seconds to lock the screen. On the A1, you get backlit capacitive navigation buttons, and there is no option to use on-screen navigation buttons. Above the display, you get a white-colored physical notification LED on the Mi A1. On the G5S Plus, you get the Moto display feature, where you get notifications shown on the lock screen, but it doesn't drain the battery by much. Both these phones feature dual cameras on their back. The Mi A1 packs in a dual 12 megapixel camera with face detect autofocus and dual tone flash. One has a regular 26mm wide lens and an aperture of f2.2, while the other has a 50mm telephoto lens with an aperture of f2.6. Moto G5S Plus has a dual 13 megapixel cameras with f2.2 aperture, face detect autofocus and dual tone flash. One camera captures colored images while the other captures monochrome or black and white images. None of these phones have optical image stabilization, but the Moto offers electronic stabilization while shooting videos at 1080p resolution. Both these phones can take really good images. A1 shines at taking portrait images, while the Moto takes better low-light images. Videos from the Moto are stabilized by the software, but the ones from the A1 are really shaky. Even the latest software update did not do much to help with the shaky videos. Overall, the dual cameras on the G5S Plus are a bit better than the ones on the A1, at least for my liking. If you want a better and detailed look at the camera on both these phones, I have made a dedicated video about these cameras. I'll leave a card to that video on the top right corner of the screen and also link it in the description section. At the front, Mi A1 has a 5 megapixel camera with f2.2 aperture, while the G5S Plus comes with a 8 megapixel camera with f2.2 aperture and a front-facing flash. If you are looking to take better selfies, G5S Plus is the phone for you. Now, coming to the software. Mi A1 is under Google's Android One program. It comes with pure stock Android and the promise of faster software updates. Moto G5S Plus also comes with almost stock Android, but there are a few Moto apps installed on top to give you a better user experience. You get features like Moto Display and Moto Actions on top of very bare bones version of Android. On the update side, Moto has been lagging behind a bit, even with their monthly security patches. We know that both of these devices will be getting Android O updates, but we don't know the exact dates for its release. If faster updates is your priority, go with the Mi A1. When it comes to buying these devices, the Moto G5S Plus is very easily available on Amazon's website, and it is almost always in stock. But the Mi A1 is being sold via flash sales on Flipkart's website, so it is a bit difficult to get your hands on it right now. A1 is also available at some select offline stores, but the stocks are limited there as well. So to sum it up, here are the things that are similar on both these phones. Full metal back, 5.5-inch Full HD display, processor, GPU, RAM, storage, dual SIM support, expandable memory, and almost similar battery capacity. If these are the things that matter to you the most, you can pick either of these phones. And here are the things that are different. Mi A1 has a slightly lower price point, thinner design, IR blaster, compass sensor, does not have NFC or FM radio, has slightly longer battery life, USB Type-C port, better audio from speakers and 3.5mm headphone jack, physical notification LED, capacitive backlit navigation buttons, fingerprint sensor at the back, dual 12 megapixel cameras with one telephoto lens, better images in portrait mode, 5 megapixel front-facing camera, no stabilization for video, stock Android, and faster updates directly from Google. But this phone is a bit difficult to get right now. Moto G5S Plus is priced a bit higher, has a thicker and more rugged design, NFC, FM radio, no compass sensor or IR blaster, micro USB port, fast charging, optional on-screen navigation buttons, one button navigation, Moto Display and Moto Actions, fingerprint sensor at the front, dual 13 megapixel cameras where one captures monochrome or black and white images, 8 megapixel front facing camera with a front facing flash, better overall camera according to me, electronic stabilization while taking 1080p videos, almost stock Android with a few Moto features added on top, slower software updates, and it is very easily available for order. So these were the differences between these devices. Now that you have all of these points jotted down, it should have made your decision a bit easier. Which of these features are most important for you? And which of these phones have you decided to get? Do let me know in the comment section. Well, that is it for this video guys. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for a lot more amazing videos like this. You can also check out some of the other videos on this channel. This has been Sagar and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.